Hi, and welcome to this short introduction of the Pims completion management system. And I promise you, it will only take a few minutes. In this session, I will present the main processes and the core functionality of the system. My name is Svein Tore Haraldseid, and I am the product owner. The suite of Pims products covers most processes that needs to be managed in a project, from the early concept phase through design, execution, and over to the operation phase. Pims CMS has been core business in Omega since the early 90s and still are one of the most used modules in the system. There are countless examples of projects that have been experiencing a chaotic and hectic end phase of the project and not been able to control the handover scope. This has usually ended up in a cost or schedule overrun, or that the project has not delivered the expected quality of the product to the owner. But by introducing a common strategy for testing handover early on in the project, you will stay on top of the handover process, making sure that everything is delivered in a controlled and timely manner. Pims is designed to help you achieve this goal. Pims is being used by owners, operators, and contractors for various industries like construction, energy, infrastructure, and renewables all around the world. We are a big fan of providing local support and assistance, being able to respond quickly to any queries the client may have within that time zone. We say that the sun never sets on Pims. The map shows all the Omega offices around the world. These four main processes can be broken down into one Pims completion lifecycle. The first step in this lifecycle is the configuration phase. This is where you add all your project settings, you update your checklists, you also update your signature matrix and add your completion hierarchies, systems, subsystems, packages, tags, and so on. Next step is the engineering phase. This is where you import all the tag data from the various engineering sources. This forms really the basis for all completion work to be done later on in the completion module. The third step is the scoping phase. This is where you allocate checklists to tags and allocate tags to subsystems. In a way, link the tags to the completion hierarchy. So when all this is done, really you are ready for going out in the field to do your inspection. Next step is the field inspection. This is where you go out with a tablet PC or paper-based checklist and complete your scope. You may also add or clear any punch items in this phase. The handover step is really a formal process where the responsibility for the specific package are transferred from construction to commissioning. When commissioning receive this package, the first thing they need to do is to verify the scope before they perform their own commissioning work, which includes checklists and commissioning procedure activities. Again, the formal handover process is repeated from commissioning to operation. And at the end, operation receive this information and may also transfer this data to any maintenance system in the other end. This completes the Pims completion lifecycle. And now over to the fun stuff, which is the live demo. The first thing I would like to present to you in this live demo is the Project Explorer. On the top node, you see the numbers and information for the total project. The red color reflects outstanding and the green color reflects completed scope. When I drill down by system, subsystem, you will see that the number on the right side changed to reflect current level. In the details section on the right side, you see the status of all checklists for current subsystem. If I click on this one, you will see that there's a lot of checklists included here, and I can choose to open one of them. If you see the icon here, this means that this is a web-based checklist. I can click one of them, and you can see the full checklist on the screen. If you want to have a look at a completed one, I just click on this little paper clip, Then it opens this up like a PDF, and you can see that this has been done like a paper-based checklist. So in this system you can choose either to run it electronically or paper-based. The next tab shows all the punch items for this subsystem. You see that there are only one red, that means one outstanding punch item. I can open that punch item to see the status. Here you see the metadata for that specific punch, and you can see that nothing has been signed yet. So if I would like to sign this one, I can just click the button here, since I'm part of the signature group, and the system signs it for me, like this. I can even click on this to see where it's signed. So if you want to see where I'm located right now, I can just zoom out. So I'm on the west coast of Norway. Going back to this one, the next thing we can have a look at for this subsystem is the handover certificates. In this case there are two handover certificates configured, one ready for commissioning certificate and one ready for operation. If I click on the subsystem above, you will see that one of them have been completed, and you can also see that this is reflected over here with one green and still one red. Furthermore, I can go to the tags, have an overview of all the tags for this subsystem, and last but not least you have the boundary drawings. So this is the information that we link to each level in the hierarchy. Since this is a dynamic tree, I can present the information with other group levels. Most popular trees are area, contractor and milestone. You will find these on the top here. Other trees than this can also be configured. So if I, for example, choose the by area tree, you see that it's the same information, it's just grouped in another way. Scrolling down, I can see all the construction areas here with the underlying information. We experience that the completion engineers on projects love this flexibility. It enables them to monitor on various focus areas with just one click on the mouse, and we see that all the good information that is entered into the system is aggregated and used to manage the project. One of the first things you do after installing Pims CMS is to go through and adapt the predefined checklist templates to your project requirements. Pims comes with a set of both construction and commissioning checklists. In this case, I will select the electrical checklists for construction, MCCR-E. Then I select the first one, which is the generator checklist. The top part shows the header and the lower part of the screen shows all the checklist items. These can be updated manually, like this. 4.03 test. Or by importing the items from Excel, Word or any other source you may have. This is a quick and easy job. The checklists go through a formal signature workflow process. After each step in the workflow, the responsible party is notified automatically by email or by the Pims action list. The signature steps can be configured to suit project requirements. Just click the edit button and you see that you can add or remove signatures. The final result, when it's linked to a tag, looks like this, where you have the header, you have documents and drawings, and you have your check items and the signatures in the lower end of the form. Then I would like to present the Pims Field Inspection app to you. I can log into the app using the Office 365 authentication. The first screen that meets me when I open the app is the dashboard. This is the same as the one that we have on the desktop. So I can drill down into this dashboard, looking at various information here like tags, punch items, checklists. You will have the handover certificates, all the S-curves over the system. So really you can see all the information that you need in telephone or mobile app. But the main reason for using this app is to complete the scope out in the field, either for checklist or for punch items. I can do that by clicking the menu item and toggle between the mechanical completion phase or the commissioning phase. So if I choose mechanical completion and I choose the checklist menu item, I see all the checklists available for me. On the top you see the header, then you see some metadata, and then you see the check items themselves. And at the end here you see some fancy comments and the signature matrix at the bottom. If I would like to filter now, I can do that, because as you see now there are 7,000 records here. So if I would like to filter, I can do that on all the fields showing here for one specific discipline, for example. And even better, if you have RFID or QR codes on your equipment, you can use the smart tag reader. In this case I have just hello. Then I have this little QR code here. You see the tag number appears. I just go back. You see one record is filtered, and I find my checklist directly. So this is a really nice way of filtering for your information out in the field instead of using standard filtering possibilities. So this is really easy and functional and works both on a telephone and a tablet. The newest app in the Pims CMS solution is the Document OCR Markup tool. The tool makes it easy to scrape tag data from PDF drawings like PNIDs and piping isometrics. This is an efficient way to verify that the tags on the drawings are present in the tag database. And if they are not there, you can easily add them. Another practical feature on this tool is to mark up boundary drawings and automatically assign them to the correct subsystem. I will show you this in the example now. We can start with scanning the page or scanning the drawing. First thing that meets us is the grid. This shows all valid syntaxes to search for on the drawing. Just hit scan, and now it searches for if there are any tags there at all. And you see all the red marks shows discovered tags. If I hold the mouse marker over, you can see that the tag number is found. And now you can see that they are linked to this specific drawing or document that I'm looking at. This means actually that I automatically get the tag doc link also by doing this. Going back to the default view, I can now choose to mark a subsystem within this drawing. Then I just click the mark subsystem and mark the area for the subsystem as well, like this. And now it automatically gets the red color, because on this settings I have said that the 420201 is the default subsystem. Going back to the grid view now, you will see that after clicking the refresh, the tag numbers and the subsystems are linked together. So this is an easy way to populate the database. When the end phase of the project is approaching and the scope is nearly completed, the Pims project look at is an excellent expediting tool, making sure that the project is focusing on the right scope. In this example, I will show you the handover phase from construction to commissioning. It's called RFCC, ready for commissioning certificate. On the screen now I can see all the subsystems that needs to be completed for each week. All the green ones are completed and all the red ones are outstanding and behind schedule. I simply click on it. Now I can see that this specific subsystem called 43-0103 has 2 outstanding punch list A items and it has 16 outstanding checklists. This gives the completion engineer some idea what to chase to get this completed. So if I just click the 16 number here, I can actually see all the checklists that needs to be finalized before he can start the handover. It is also possible to check for the handover from commission to operation, or you can do it on a lower level on the mechanical completion packages. So really there's a lot of opportunities here to look at this information in various levels and in various phases. We see that the lookat is often used on weekly construction meetings in the end phase of the project. Finally, I would like to show you the My page and our dashboard. The My page contains all your actions in the project structured in a nice and organized manner. If you need any more analyzing tool to monitor your progress, you will find that in the CMS dashboard. This is the same as the one we presented on the mobile. Here you will find all information needed to control your completion and handover scope. On the top part you see all the tiles and you can drill down into the details. First you see the scoping, you see recent imports, you see the punch items, you can see them by discipline like this, or you can look at by contractor, you can see the outstanding scope like this, or you can see the late scope and the totals. We have information about handover certificates, a mini project look ahead, so all information are available here. So we say that the Pims action list together with the dashboard will give you both a detailed and aggregated overview over the system. All I am saying is give Pims a chance.